What's going on, Board Game Museum Maniacs? Today we're going to be reviewing WWF Wrestling Challenge, brother. This game came out from Milton Bradley in 1990, and it is for 2 to 4 players. Now, the object of WWF Wrestling Challenge is you are going to try to be the last team of wrestlers standing and eliminating all of the others. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be battling different wrestlers in the ring by rolling dice and playing power cards. So, let's show you WWF Wrestling Challenge, brother. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and show you the game components and everything really quick. Right here you have your game board, and there are 9 wrestlers on the game board and also 9 cards. There is a ring here in the middle, as you can see. There are 4 different colored tokens here, and Milton Bradley has some other games that use these kind of tokens, but there's 4 different colors, green and blue being the other ones, and you'll go ahead and pick one of those up. And you will also pick up a color die that actually matches the token. So there's a red one, and there's a orange one here, and here's a couple others. There is blue and green. So red will get this one, and then orange will get this one. Right here we've got we have little championship belts, and again they have colors on the back, and each person is going to be receiving 3 of these that are of their color. And right here you have power cards. Now you're going to be placing these underneath your wrestler, and what they're going to do is they're going to help you in battle. Basically you're going to be rolling the dice, and whoever has the higher number in the battle will win that round, and you have to try to beat them 3 times. But these cards are used to basically help with the battle. So say you rolled a 6 and you played a knee drop card, that would make it an 8. But there's several different cards, and they go from 1 to 5. There's a power slam, airplane spin, knee drop, and a bear hug, a few of these. And then you have this card, which is a special wrestling hold, which is typically your finishing maneuver. This will allow you to roll an extra die when you do battle, which I'm going to go ahead and talk about very, very soon. Now, in the beginning of the game, everybody is going to be receiving 4 of these power cards, and I already set them up. And you're going to place 1 card underneath one of each of your wrestlers like that. Now, throughout the game, you'll be able to draw some extra cards if you land on that, or if you win a match, and you can place more than 1 under there, one of your wrestlers if you would like to. In the beginning is you're going to go ahead and place your pawn on one of your wrestlers. So say I'm red, I'll place one here on the Macho Man, and for orange I'll place one on Hulk Hogan. Where's Hogan? There he is. And here's your wrestlers: the Ultimate Warrior, the model Rick Martel, Hulk Hogan, the Big Boss Man, Macho Man Randy Savage, Mr. Perfect, Earthquake, and the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. So anyway, the object of the game is you're going to be trying to have the last team of wrestlers standing and eliminate all of the other wrestlers from the other teams. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and roll these dice, and let's just say I rolled a 9, and let's say I'm red and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's say I land on the challenge. Now with the challenge, that basically means I can pick any one of my wrestlers to face off against any one of their wrestlers. So let's just say I picked Earthquake, and so what I'll do is I'll put Earthquake there, and let's say I'm going to go against Hulk Hogan, and I will go ahead and put Hogan over there. So now what's going to happen is Hogan and Earthquake are going to go and wrestle, and they're going to typically both of them are going to roll their dice together. And let's say Earthquake is orange and Hogan is red. I just rolled a 5 for Earthquake and a 1 for Hogan, so Earthquake will have won the first round. So what he'll do is he'll turn over one of his title belts. And again, what he has to do is he has to win 3 rounds in order to beat Hogan, or the other way around. And whichever wrestler loses is going to be kicked out of the game. The wrestler that wins is going to go back, and they're going to be able to draw a power card. So here's how the power cards work. Let's say on the second round, Earthquake says, I'm going to go ahead and play a power card, and he's going to go ahead and play his flying body press on him like this. And it's going to be face up. Now, the opponent is going to have a choice to be able to do the same. Let's see what Hogan has. Hogan has a pile driver. So he decides, okay, I'm going to go ahead and play a pile driver on mine. So now, whatever either wrestler rolls, they're going to add this number to that roll. So let's just see what happens here. All right, Earthquake rolled a 1, so he has a 5. Hogan rolled a 4, so now he has a 7. So Hogan wins that round, and he will go ahead and turn over his belt. And so each wrestler is going to keep on doing this until one wrestler, let's just say Earthquake 1, wins 3 rounds. And then once that happens, of course, all these cards are going to be taken off after they're used. After you see Earthquake has beaten Hogan, Hogan will be knocked out of play. Earthquake will go ahead and be placed back here, and he will draw a power card. So let's just say he draws a power card, and he can place it under him, or he can place it under any of the other wrestlers. So let's just say he decides to play it under him. Let's say I land on Mr. Perfect. Now, I have Mr. Perfect. Since I own Mr. Perfect, nothing is going to happen in this case. If I land on draw a card, I'll be able to draw a card, and I can just place it under one of the wrestlers. If I end up landing on one of my opponents, say I land on the model Rick Martel, then Martel is going to be the person I'm going to challenge, and I'll be able to challenge him with any of my other wrestlers. So let's just say I have Ted DiBiase over here. Now let's say Ted DiBiase decides to use this special wrestling hold right over here. Martel can choose to use his if he wants to. He only has a 1, so let's just say he decides not to. Well, DiBiase will go ahead and roll 2 dice. He'll have rolled a 5, so Martel actually has a chance here. Martel has rolled a 5. Since it is a tie, both wrestlers will roll again. So let's just say I roll again. 3 for DiBiase and a 1 for Martel. So DiBiase will have won that round, and I'll go ahead and turn over a belt like this. And basically the game is going to continue going on like this until one team of wrestlers is left standing and all the other ones have been eliminated. And that, folks, is WWF Wrestling Challenge. So my final thoughts on WWF Wrestling Challenge. All right, well, I'll go ahead and start with the theme. I like the theme. I think they did a pretty good job with the theme. Very, very colorful, which was reminiscent of the WWF back in the day. Definitely like the look of the cards, and the title belts are kind of a nice touch as well. Now, as far as the gameplay goes, I would just kind of say it's average, if that. It's pretty basic stuff. A lot of the thing is you're going to be rolling dice and playing cards the entire time, and that is basically the entire bulk of the game. I do think that if they could have added some rules to make this game a lot better, added some more cards. Now, there was a guy on Board Game Geek that actually came up with something. He gave each of the wrestlers a special ability that they could use in a match. For example, Hulk Hogan has the Hulk Up, which basically means he can go ahead and discard an opponent's power card during one round. And then another one was Earthquake wins all ties. And another cool one was Boss Man can use his Nightstick. And if the wrestler rolls a 1 with another die, Boss Man gets disqualified and the match is awarded to the other wrestler. So that definitely, in my opinion, made the game better. I think it would help this game to be able to do some more tweaks like that. It's kind of like a game that you can make better if you add some different rules to it. But as it is, it's fair. It's nothing really special. Now, I found this game on Facebook Marketplace, of all places. And the person wanted $5 for it, and I said, why not? I can pay $5. It was just missing a couple of parts, not hard to get. I figured I would go ahead and get the game because I could go ahead and review it, and I figured I could at least get my money back if I wanted to resell it. Surprisingly, though, this game does go for a little bit of money on eBay. I think you can sell a complete copy for about $15 or $20. I think a lot of it's just simply because the WWF is not called that anymore. It's called the WWE, and it has your classic characters on there as well. So if you see it at a thrift store for a couple bucks and it's complete, I would definitely pick it up and try to maybe resell it. But as is, this game really isn't anything special. Now, there is a game, I believe, called WWE Wrestling Showdown, which is a much more recent game, much better game. They also play cards, but they have a different system to where, like, a strike will cancel a grapple and a grapple will cancel something else, and it works a lot better. So if you are into wrestling games, board games, check that one out for sure. But I'll keep working on this game just for fun, just to see if I can make it better. But as it is, not much to it. Anyway, y'all have a great day. I'll see you later. Ooh, yeah! Keep on gaming.